whenever you get a contract, we're negotiating for approximately 5,000 to 6,000 active cops and a couple hundred sheriffs. So it's hard to please everybody. We're used to taking hits, good, bad, or indifferent. We stood up, we ran for the executive board, we got elected. I think we've done a great job. I think we got a team that's got a wealth of experience, both in contracts and other things. But, the main thing we do here is the contract. And, if you're going to judge us, you should judge us on the contracts. And we've delivered some great contracts in the time I've been here with Roosevelt Poplar, in the time I was here with John McNesby. We've delivered some phenomenal contracts. With that said, the arbitration panel, they got to consider everything. There's 3 people in the arbitration panel. One of the arbitrators is our arbitrator. The other arbitrator is the city arbitrator. And then there's a neutral. And we call it, that's how the sausage gets made. We do our best presentation, and we always, always, always do, and always will do a better presentation in the city. The city goes in there and cries it on money. It's the same thing. We can predict what to say. We have refocused our contract presentation year in and year out to adapt to the challenges we're facing now. With that said, you get things issued in the contract that you particularly don't want. Sometimes the city's upset, sometimes we're upset. That's the way binding arbitration works, where everybody walks away and not everybody's completely satisfied. The panel awarded some wage increases based on civilianization proposals or things that went into the contract. With civilianization, I can tell you as I sit here, they're not going to be successful at it. They never have been successful at it. They've done civilianization in the past. About 15 years ago, they gave our brothers and sisters in the sheriff's department the right to do transportation between police facilities. They never got that off the ground. A couple years ago in the one contract, they got the right to do public safety officers directing traffic, civilians in Center City. There's not been a successful person out there doing that job. So the city is not real good at hiring cops. The city is not real good at retaining cops. The city is much, much worse at retaining and hiring civilians. So I don't see, the way I look at it, whenever they get civilianization, they want that for a headline. They want to say, oh, we civilianized the cops. We got more police out on patrol. The truth is that the department is not that much civilianized. And whenever they try to civilianize our positions, they generally fail. When it comes to civilianization, that's a trend in policing throughout the country. Civilianization, trends tend to happen in policing, and then elected officials who have no experience in policing want to come in and say, oh, this will work or that won't work. We got bashed a little bit by COVID. I know everybody's sick of hearing about COVID, but we got bashed with COVID. Unfortunately, lost about 8 members during COVID. We're still fighting the city on 17 or 18 members that we're trying to get covered on COVID. But civilianization is a trend in police work, and there's a lot of trends that come and go in police work, and we're generally used to dealing with it. And when it comes to civilianization, we try to protect our work as best as we can. But when the city is awarded something against our strong objection on civilianization, they generally fail at implementing it. They generally don't follow through. A lot of times when the city is just looking for a headline, they're looking to say that they achieved something against the cops, when in reality, they really haven't achieved anything. With that said, we know what our members on the street are going through. We know that there's not enough manpower on the street. We know they're running from job to job. We know that our members have the hardest job in the world. It's the toughest police job in the nation and probably in the world. And we know that. And the way we look at it, there's not enough money in the world to pay our members for what they do on a daily basis. And we just need to keep going forward